This is New 26 Rainbow Powered, but not just any New 26. This is special because this is episode 100 of the series, Slice of Life. If you watched my previous video, thank you. It's about the reflections of how we got this far and my personal thoughts on it. And if you haven't, I'll leave a link to it in the description below for you to watch. But now it's time for the brass tacks. Was the episode good? And I am happy to report, very happy in fact, that it was good. In fact, it's one of the best episodes of the series. How best? Well, I'd rank it about number 6 or 7. Slice of Life, in short words, is this series in a nutshell. It is this fandom in a nutshell. Is everything that we have built 99 episodes previous handed back to us in a 22-minute thank you letter. In ways unexpected, in great moments galore, this episode intensifies the long journey of this series, but most importantly, its fans. With its creativity, attention to detail, and overall its respect for not just the 6 characters that we call the mains, but everyone. I believe the speech that the mayor gives at the end of the episode typifies the episode in a nutshell, but also the tremendous triumph of us getting this far. Sure, there isn't much to spoil, and I won't spoil it for you. The episode is pretty much simply the wedding of Matilda and Cranky from episode 2, season 2, episode 18, Friend Indeed. Meanwhile, Orange of a team is fighting off a bear bug throughout the entire time. The entire episode is Matilda and every sub-pony in Ponyville trying to plan the wedding to make it perfect, along with a few special guests. For those that have been long-term fans of the fandom and watching and reading fan fictions, a lot of the shifts that we, the fans, created have now been canonized. Everything from, well, once again, no spoilers. But if you know the big ones, well, screw it, I'll spoil, but here's the warning though. If you don't want to be spoiled, end it here. And I'll do you a favor. This episode is a perfect score, okay? It's a 6. It's very good. Now you can leave if you want to, because after this, it's spoiler territory. The biggest speaking roles in this episode are Dr. Hooves and Ditsy Doo. And no, I will not call her Derpy. References the Doctor Who abound, and Big Lebowski as well. And every sub-pony gets in on it. Lyra and Bon Bon, who we discover Bon Bon's a secret agent for Celestia. Go figure. Figure, the one that used to do all the planning before Twilight got here, Matilda, does the flowers really well. Final Scratch and Octavia make a new call on the wedding march. That is an awesome musical piece of a tour de force and getting to the wedding perfectly on time with this track as a backtrack. Every sub-pony ever takes the ride on the Vinyl Scratch Express. Octavia has a perfectly British accent. Set in every sub-pony that we know and love is in a role here. Ships abound. We even see the original dragon from Rarity's generosity test from the pilot, who we find out is named Steven. As well as we see cameos from Celestia and Luna. In fact, Celestia and Luna being together in this episode is only the third time in the entire series that the two have shared screen time, and maybe even only the second time that they have shared physical lines. Cadence and Shining Armor also make an appearance, and we find out that Shining Armor is a wuss and cries at weddings. Even before the weddings! Shining, my God. For a brother-in-law, you are adult. But we love you still. And all throughout this time, Orange Rabbit Team continues fighting. As things go awry, seeing that the wedding was planned for today, not the next day, like they originally planned because, well, Dizzy got the invitations wrong. Here lies in 22 minutes of just tour de force references and fun. And when I say fun, I mean everything. There are references all over the place in this show's history and in the fandom culture. And you can bet that shot of every sub-pony in Equestria riding the Vinyl Express will no doubt become wallpaper almost instantaneously. But the lesson of this episode is that every character is important. Every person in life is important. And it's in moments where we truly get together as a town to share in our collective love for something or someone that the greatest moments can be made or shared and appreciated. That is essentially the writers writing back at us, saying that all these moments, all these references, are because of us. We were the ones that made two donkeys getting back together special. We were the ones that made Vinyl Scratch and Octavia the perfect couple. Or Dr. Hoobs and Ditsy. We were the ones that made these otherwise silent ponies special. Even in a world where sometimes the world is at stake, we made them special. But above all else, this episode, shows a reflection of what the show has always been about. Friendship. Overcoming problems, overcoming stigmas, overcoming rushing, overcoming differences, overcoming mistakes, overcoming. Friendship, overcoming. Friendship saves the day. More than once in this episode, friendships formed out of necessity. Friendships formed out of respect. Friendships formed of just wanting to spend time together, win the day. That's what this episode is. That's what our fandom is. In 22 minutes, M.A. Larson managed to put together the perfect snapshot of all of us. Every analyzer, every fanfic writer, every creative music maker, every wallpaper, every member of Equestria Daily put it together in 22 minutes. He summed us all up in this small, beautiful, and elegant nugget in time. It's hard to be critical about an episode where references are coming at you so far and so fast, so brilliantly timed, the comedy so perfect, every scene transitioned well. And yet, at the end of the episode, Twilight said it best. I love living in this town. So do all of us, honey. So do all of us. For the mile-a-minute references to our culture and what we've created, to the perfect timing and writing, and that simplistic slice of life style that has made the show so endearing. Even 100 episodes later, it has not forgotten where it began. It has not forgotten the core of its design. It has not forgotten its reason for being. Advertising for toys, yes, truly. But now, it's hard to see that. After an episode like this, it's very hard to see that this is just for a toy. For the many writers, animators, voice actors, and for us, it has been beyond the nature of advertising. It's something we've grown to love. These characters are our family. Their problems are our problems. Their town is our town. We all attended a wedding today, yes, of two characters that we haven't seen in a very long time, but because we saw just one event by so many angles, ironically 7, could this be a clue, that, yes indeed, we're all part of this town, and we all have stories to tell. Well, I do have a story to tell. A lot of them. And reviewing these stories will continue to be, and has been, something special. And this episode is something special. That is why I am honored and privileged, without a doubt, to give this beautifully written, beautifully summarized, and fan service packed episode. In fact, I'll even use the term that I said to myself. This is not fan service, this is not fan pandering. This is fan sexual intercourse. And for the 22 minutes we had it was the most enjoyable sex I've ever had. That's why I'm proud to make it official. Episode 100, Slice of Life, gets a perfect score. A 6 out of 6. It's hard not to see the evolution of this show and to realize that it all went back to one. It all went back to the reason it worked. No grandiose, no big adventure, no two-parter. Just a grandiose, simple slice of life. Maybe in the end, that's all this show really needs. As for next week, back to problems. But Let's all enjoy this moment. Find peace in your own nirvana. Thanks for being a fan. Thanks for watching. And thank you, Omni community.